What's going on? It's Adrian. We got Decyfer Down in the studio. They got the show tonight over at the Door in Dallas for the Over My Head tour with Brian Head Welch, The Wedding, The Letter Black. Man, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Dallas. I know this isn't your first time here. It probably won't be your last, but tell me, how have things been?
Things are going great, man. Just looking forward to playing Dallas again. It's been too long. Yeah, we're excited about it, man. It's going to be a good show tonight.
Was 40 Fest the last time? We were just talking about that in the hall. Was that the last time you guys were here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
So that was last August.
It was very hot.
Yeah,
very.
That was a fun festival, but it was.
Dude, it's an amazing festival. The people that run that organization, man, they really had their ducks in a row. We were really bummed we couldn't make it back this year. Had some scheduling conflict thing going on, but everybody needs to make sure they hit the 40 Fest again this year.
And would you have guessed that was their first time throwing that?
No, absolutely not.
And these are guys that have never done a festival before. And this was the first time that they did it last August, and then now they're starting to gear up for the second one that's gonna be coming up. Yeah, man, that was awesome, but it was extremely hot and dusty.
I remember people getting carried away in ambulances.
Yeah.
From heat exhaustion.
Wow. See, yeah.
Everybody was trying to crowd our bus. Like, man, can we come sit on the
air
bus?
Conditioning in there.
Yeah.
So it's like 500 people just
hanging
loitering.
out, sucking all the air out.
Yeah. That's all good.
Well, I know you guys have been in the studio. I kind of followed you guys on Twitter for a little bit and seen, what the updates are about. And I guess tell me a little bit about the new album recording. Is it completely finished? What stage is it in?
It hasn't
Stage
even begun.
0.
Really?
We've just been writing for it since the Crash album. We actually started doing a little writing for it in the studio when we were recording Crash, and so we've just been writing a ton of songs. We've probably got like 40 complete songs, and probably even more than that as far as just ideas. But once we get to a certain point where we feel like we've covered all the areas we need to cover, then we just start to filter through that. But
maybe
find
this
the best
summer.
songs. Yeah, we're looking at hopefully getting in the studio this summer.
We'll keep everybody updated on our online sites and whatnot, but obviously we were taking our time with this record, and kind of like we did the last record too. But
Decyfer Down always goes against the grain as far as putting out records.
We're on a 3-year cycle.
Yeah, exactly. The machine says every 15 to 18 months, and we're like, no, we'll just put one out whenever we feel like it's good enough, just because we don't want to
no fillers
disappoint the fans and ourselves as well.
Well, let's talk about that then, because you're right. It seems like it's crazy. Like, we started playing a band about maybe a little over a year ago, right? And they've already on their third single. And then I just read something about them the other day that they're going back into the studio, and I was like, it just seems like they were just there, but what is it about that cycle that you were talking about, 15 to 18 months?
It's just keeping the momentum going.
Yeah,
Really?
It's a momentum thing, and it's such a weird time right now for everything, when with the economy and the music business and everything in general is just kind of weird right now. But I know for us that long after Decyfer Down's gone, the music's still going to be there, and we want to make sure that we use that influence as much as we can and speak about what God wants us to speak about, and we're in it to impact our culture, not to sell millions of records and get out 18 months this, that, and whatever, and all this kind of stuff. We really want to make an impact on our culture, and so the songs that wind up on the record, we've prayed about them, we've met with a lot of people about them, and they're going to be what God wants.
Totally. So you guys, it's still in the beginning process. You guys have songs that you're playing around with. Are you guys playing with like any of these songs live, or are they still kind of?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're getting real close to maybe pulling a couple things out.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe some summer audiences are going to get a little excitement.
I think
there.
we're all pretty excited about the songs, though. I really feel like, I think I can speak for everybody, that this was probably going to be one of the best records we've ever done. So
It'll be the best record we've ever done, for sure.
That's the goal, isn't it?
Are really, really great, man. So.
Yeah.
Well, with the journey of Decyfer Down, the first record we basically wrote maybe 12 songs or 13 songs or something, and independently went into a studio and recorded 10 of them, and that was it, and it was kind of a whole different process. Second record, with my brother leaving and TJ coming on board, and songs from previous writing and new writing and all kinds of things, and it was kind of like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different periods of our walk and where we were at emotionally and spiritually, and we've been able to tour with the core of us now for a couple of years and really have found the niche that we really feel is passionate about Decyfer Down, and everything that's good about Decyfer Down as far as our style is going to be definitely expressed through this music. And
and you can't just put out a record that's the thing with us, it takes time to, I mean, if you're going to actually write songs that are going to impact people, you can't just spit songs out. I mean, I guess there are some people that just have that, but it takes time for things to develop, and I mean, it just takes time, I mean, if you start putting out records, it's not as special. Like for me, if a band that I like puts a record out every 3 years, but they actually have a lot of things to say that are more than just skin deep, it's like, okay, that's really cool. But if a band's just cranking out records in every 15 months just to keep momentum going or whatever, it's like, I don't think you're going to really build that kind of audience that you are really trying to build, like as far as making that impact. People are going to be loyal because they're like, man, these guys are legit. It's not just tools, you know what I mean? And that's just the way we are, it's like, it is about connecting with people, and we like to take our time and have a lot of substance to the lyrics and things, so.
So how often do you guys go back and forth with an idea and a topic then? Because, if it sounds like, if you guys are wanting to impact, culture and do something really meaningful with the lyrics and the songs and stuff, how often do you come up to the table with an idea and then like, a little bit later on down the road, you're like, well, let's kind of tweak this a bit.
All the time.
Yeah, it happens every day, man, all day. There's always conversations about it.
Yeah, there's always stuff that's...
We get emails from people all the time that really spark some conversations, and we have conversations also, at the shows and judge, and also personal life experiences, being married, and a lot of us having kids, and conflicts with families or friends. A lot of that things breeds a lot of really cool and emotional experiences for songs.
Well, on the way over here, we you pulled out your phone, and Josh,
here we go,
and you played me a clip of a song. But is that new stuff? I mean, you said it was a rough demo.
Well, when you take us back to the bus, I might be able to hook you up with a couple of listens of a couple of demos. So
okay,
it'll be a Power FM exclusive. But
awesome.
Everybody else
pat you down for any kind of recording device.
Yeah,
Power FM exclusive that nobody else hears.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you want to know? You want to
just
talk
you,
about,
man.
That would be so cool, man. That
Our
would be,
professional runner.
Yeah, that would be amazing. But talking about Power FM exclusives, there is a song that we had. It was an acoustic version of Crash. Yeah, we had too late. I got it before we came. It's part of the interview. We're gonna play it now.
It's called "Wake Me."
Yeah, it's. But no, there was a song that we get asked about a lot. I mean, like every time we play it, I mean, we get emails. People won't know how they can get it, but it's an acoustic version of Crash. And I know at one time, because I'd email the label and say, hey, where can people get the song, because it wasn't on iTunes. And do you know what song? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so is there ever a plan to release that, maybe just as a single on iTunes?
There's a lot of conversation right now. Like we've been talking about, even with this third record, that hey, we've got some really cool acoustic versions of some songs that have not really seen the light of day, or that we should maybe take some time on and really create something cool with. Because Crash turned out so well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you guys are the only people that have it in the whole country. So, except for YouTube, but
yeah.
But when we came through here that one time and you guys were able to play it, that was really cool. But yeah, so there's a lot of conversation right now for us to try and do something like that for this third record, maybe a little bonus I don't know, track or something like that. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
A re-release.
We're gonna do an acoustic record someday.
Yeah,
even if it's independent,
or like a 5 or 6 song EP or something.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, man.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot of people out there that are listening that would love to get their hands on that, because I know, man, it's a song that we we don't play it a lot, but whenever we do, it just kind of finds its way in, and we usually get some phone calls and emails and stuff. So So names of the new record. Have you guys thrown around ideas with that?
No idea. No.
Oh,
That's part
man.
2.
Part 2. First part is just actually getting the stuff down, huh?
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, we're hanging out with Decyfer Down here in the studio. They got a show tonight over at the Door in Dallas. The Over My Head tour. Brian Head Welch. The Letter Black. You got The Wedding on there. And tonight too, there's another local band that's gonna be playing called Stitched. So you can go check those guys out. But tell me a little bit about the tour. How's that been going? I know you guys have kind of had, I think, a host band that's been kind of sharing the bus with you. So how is that? Is it?
It's good, man.
Yeah?
We got Brian on the bus with us, which is cool because, I mean, they're all amazing guys, and Brian's awesome, and obviously being Korn fans, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's like it was
Brian
definitely
sitting on the couch eating cereal
a
with
little
us right
surreal
now.
at first,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's been awesome, man.
I've got a lot of love for Brian, man. Like he's legit, dude. Like
he is, man.
I had, obviously you hear a lot of stories about people when they come to Christ, and we never really had a chance to hang out with him, on a close basis, and all of a sudden, he's out on the bus with us. We're touring around the country, and dude, on stage, off stage, he's legit, man. He is seeking God with all he has, and he's had some horrible, situations coming against him. The devil's really trying to bring him down, and he's a fighter, man. He's every night he's just pushing through and saying, you know what, I'm serving God. I'm pushing through no matter what I'm going through, and there's no fakeness about him or anything like that. It's just really cool. I have a lot of respect for him. I remember I was walking to the back of the bus the other day, and I was getting ready to play some Madden. It's a good little chill time for me, and I'm hearing this guy just going at it in his bunk, and I'm like, who the heck is in here?
Yeah.
And he was just praying in tongues and speaking and just seeking God for the whole tour, everybody in the bands, the drivers, everybody, and he's just in his bunk with the curtain closed, just praying for all he had. And I was sitting there, and I was getting ready to turn the PlayStation on. I was like, wow, what am I doing?
A piece of crap.
Maybe I should bust out the old word, and it made me question myself, because I was like, this guy, is a genuine rock star, and he's come to Christ and has all this turmoil in his life right now, with Satan trying to attack him, and he's just laying in his bunk, with the curtain closed, just out loud, just praying over everyone on this tour and the people that are coming to the tour, and their lives would be changed. And it was a really cool moment for me, because I was not trying to eavesdrop, but he was just going for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but hear him, because he's a pretty wild guy. So it's cool, man. It's cool.
That is cool. And we've talked to him a couple times, and it just seems like, he's a genuine dude that's just, made a huge change in his life, and you can definitely see the fruit of that, whenever you talk to him and you see him. And he's got a sense of humor too. He's funny. I mean, we were talking, and I asked him if he had gotten any new tattoos lately, and he said he got something in Psalm right under his armpit where it says, I will be rescued from the slimy pit. And I was like, whenever he told me that, I started laughing, and I was like, that's pretty funny. So, but man, well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm definitely stoked to hear some new music, and as soon as we get that, we'll definitely put it on the air and let everybody know, that you guys have some new stuff coming out. So no typical going into the studio this summer, you said, right?
Most likely.
Well, hope
Most
so.
likely.
I hope so. Yeah, we'll keep everybody up to date.
Okay. So you can check out Facebook.com Decyfer Down. You got Twitter.com Decyfer Down. Josh, Chris, TJ, guys, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us here at Power FM, and we'll look forward to some of the new music.